And the Charlotte Knights are back in town through Sunday, and the weather couldn't be better for an April homestand.
That's right. So while the weather is quiet, meteorologist Chris Mulcahy takes us to Truist Field to show us how weather impacts the game of baseball in this morning's Weather IQ.
From the beginning to end of baseball season, weather drastically affects how a baseball moves through the air. So let's raise that weather IQ. Let's play ball. When it's cold and dry out, this is great pitching weather. Curveballs and sliders will have a better break because the air is more dense. The denser air allows for a little bit more drag in the ball, enhancing the spin. But when the batter does make contact, this cold, dense air won't allow the ball to travel as far. Ooh, only making it to the warning track. Cold air has its molecules packed really close together, which slows any object down. That was a great hit. This is why there's usually more home runs later in the season compared to early on. That's why you're gonna find the coach calling for the outfield to move in. As the season moves on and the weather warms and gets more humid, the advantage moves to the batter. Balls will travel farther and breaking balls will break less. Warm air is less dense than cold air. The molecules are further apart, so this allows less drag on a baseball's flight. This can add an extra 20 feet onto the flight of the ball, because believe it or not, it's the humid and muggy air that's less dense than the drier air. It's because the water molecule is lighter than the nitrogen and oxygen that it replaces. So when it's hot and humid, it might not be the best when you're sitting in the stands, but the ball travels more freely when it's uncomfortable. Other effects? Sky conditions. When it's cloudy, especially if the clouds are white, you can lose the ball in the clouds. And when it's sunny, the sun can get in your eyes, creating unnecessary errors. Lastly, winds. Winds coming from the first baseline favor right-handed hitters, but from the third baseline favor left-handed hitters. Thanks to the Charlotte Knights here at Truist Field, I'm meteorologist Chris Mulcahy.
And you'll never look at baseball the same way again, right?
Ever.
No, and Little League Chris, who never was able to fulfill his major league dreams, that was a dream come true, and my favorite weather IQ I ever got to do.
Yeah, loved it.
Excellent.